Hey everyone, Aussie Viking here for another video. So this is my favorite best albums of the year of 2022. Haven't done this in years, so I'm just like, you know what? Let's do it. There is no particular order, don't really care for that. I listen to these albums, I really love them, and that's just what it's going to be. I'm not going to say the first one's better than the last one, or the last one's better than the first, second, third, fourth. No. These are just my favorite albums, and if you're into those styles, those bands, those genres, give them a go. First one was Soulfly's Totem, right here. Now, yes, this is a still sealed copy, but I've listened to this a lot on like every streaming site. Really enjoyed it. Now, granted, I didn't get into Soulfly until probably last year, give or take, when I really went through a more Sepultura phase, and then I was like, kind of need to get into more of that because I really like the lead vocalist of Sepultura. So I was like, followed Soulfly. Really love it. Really groovy. Really good. Not the craziest change you can think of, at least from what I've heard. I've heard like 6 of their albums, so, and that's from different decades, so, you know, may vary. But yeah, I really did enjoy Totem. I really did. I listened to this and I was like, that's fucking jamming, man. That is a jam. I mean, granted, I'm getting more into my groove phase, sludge phase, sort of like, ooh, you know, you can just feel it like echo up your spine. So yeah, really did enjoy it. You know, if this is definitely not their worst album, I can definitely tell that right now. When I get into a band, I look up what's their best and worst albums, and I will listen to one good, one bad, one good, one bad. You know, if there's plenty of them. So, yeah, this is definitely not one of their bads, and it's pretty great. Like, give it a go. If you like this sort of music, this sort of groove, man, this sort of death metal, like, just give it a go. It's good. This one actually really was, though. I was a big fan of these guys. This one was, for the most part, not as good as their second album, but like the first 5 songs on this. And honestly, overall, it's a great album. There was a lot more. Well, okay, it's Drift by Heilong. Really loved it. My only issue was there was more. Like, I know there's the ambience and sort of like giving a story, and I do like that, but I felt like the second album did ambient story and then gave you really good music and like the female vocals just hitting in better. But when you do get this into this stride, this album is so good. My god, this album is so good. Wow. Like, if you want a trip, you just listen, you go for a long walk, best headphones you can put in, and have the setting sun coming down on you, and like this will blow you away. 100% agree. Give it a go. Great. It's not necessarily, okay, I get it, it's not necessarily metal, but this is kind of my best albums of the year, so they're not always going to be metal, but this is folk music, and this is fantastic folk music, and probably as metal as it's going to be, because the guttural growls that these guys give in this, the males in this, and even the females when they get into it, amazing, absolutely amazing, so give this one a go. Next up was Sabaton's War to End All Wars. I really dig this. Really did. I do kind of wish they went to a more different, like, it's always World War 1 or 2, and I get it, that's kind of their shtick, but I'm like, I'd love to see like a Vietnam one, or like some sort of impossible future war, or even a war from centuries ago. And I know that in their other albums, they've brought in that, you know, I think there was like, Khazar's Arrival, whatever it was called, you know, and that was something that happened like centuries ago. So they do sort of dwell into that, but this one's very much more World War 1, 2. Well, 1, because that was the war, End of Wars. It's amazing, don't get me wrong. This is definitely some of their best stuff they have done in a very long time. To an extent, like, I think... I mean, look, Sabaton to me has never had a bad album. If you like power metal and stuff, these guys are on... You know, these guys are on the top. But this one definitely did something different, but not different enough to sway in a different direction, but enough that you were like... It's new. It feels fresh and new, and it was really good. Like, I mean, I don't think I've ever hated a Sabaton album. I don't think I could. There's no point. They're just too damn good. And if you want to get your day going, you listen, you blast these mothers, and you just get you going. But really good album. I mean, look, Stormtroopers. Every time I hear a song about Stormtroopers, I'm just like, go on, Stormtroopers, go on. And yeah, like Dreadnoughts and Killer Soldier, Hellfighters was really good actually. Yeah, it was good. Honestly, really enjoyed it, and definitely one of my favorites. Like, I've literally woken up with a hangover and blasted this, and it's just made me feel good. So, hey, who knows? This one, okay, this one is this is such a good album. Sugar is Immutable. Holy crap, when I heard Broken Clock for the first time, I was just blown away. This was like listening to Bleed to an extent. I was like, not in the way of to technicality, but how they were able to evolve and make it feel so brand new and fresh. Like, holy crap, Immutable is literally one of, I'm going to move this closer just in case. Yeah, one of the best albums they have ever done. Like, damn, man, if you, oh man, this during a workout, like, you could lift goats, man. You could lift fucking cows, man. This shit is technically great. Just a great interpretation of evolution of Meshuggah in general, and definitely one of their best. Just I can't, like, man, I jammed this so much when it first came out. It was so fucking good. Just how they're able to do what they do with their guitars and stuff, like, and the drumming, like, how the hell, just damn, man. And to make it so like proggy technical death, just damn, man, just damn. Like, please, if you have not heard of Meshuggah, give this one a go, and then give the rest a go. They're all great, but yeah, this just damn. That's all I can say. It's like, it's damn. Meshuggah's the middle is damn good. This one is interesting. I've heard of these guys before, never actually bought an album from them. And then I found this one day going out because I was in a mood to buy some albums, and I'm so happy I did, because holy crap. Voivod's Synchro Anarchy. Wow. Like, wow. You thought Meshuggah was wow. This doesn't even feel right. This feels like math. I don't know how, like, mathy yet sci-fi core sort of deal. Like, okay, look, if you've never heard of this album, you're going to be like, what the fuck does that even mean? But if you listen to this album, mathy, core, sci-fi-ish, once you hear that, like, you're going to be like, holy shit, I get it. Like, this album, just I just remember hearing it and being all like, what is this? Like, I've heard it, and I'm just like, what is this? It's so freaking good. Like, they are now, like, I'm looking up. Every time I see a Voivod album, I'm grabbing it. Like, I'm grabbing one. I don't know how the rest are, but, like, this was really, really good. Like, holy crap. And, like, even, like, the artwork, just beautiful, man. Just absolutely beautiful. But yeah, Voivod Synchro Anarchy, give it a go. One thing I like to do with certain albums is, once I listen to it a few times, I like to put some video games on and have it in the background. And I was playing Proteus at the time. Wow. If you got Proteus or any sort of old school gory FPS, play this in the background. You will be, especially if it fits the theme of what this is, just I highly recommend. Great album. Another one which really blew me away, especially since this is like the shortest time frame between albums, like 3 years, which is weird. Usually it's 4 to 5 years. Like, granted, their last one was very different and really good, but very different. It's Blind Guardian's The God Machine, man. Like, holy shit. This is going very old school with them. Like, this is like a mix of the new and the old just belted into one. And damn, this is definitely, like, I would argue this is one of their tops. Like, wow. Granted, they had COVID to kind of get through and really perfect it, which makes sense. I think a lot of bands did. But holy crap, I didn't expect this. I didn't, especially after the last album being so symphonic and, well, having a real symphony orchestra. I did not expect them to go to this heavy, this so fantasy. Like, obviously it's Blind Guardian, they do fantasy, but, like, damn, like, this like, the artwork is amazing, of course, you know. This artwork is just phenomenal. I can't say no to the artwork. Like, that artwork alone gets you into the mood. But then you listen to it and it's just very wow. Like, it's fast, but it's also bellows. It's just operatic. It's very powerful. Wow. Like, I know I'm saying wow a lot with these albums, but there's a reason why they're my favorite albums of the year. Like, they hit a nerve and they last with you, man. They last with you. Granted, this year I've been listening to a lot of older albums, like a lot of old albums from the 90s and early 2000s, getting into bands that I just never thought of. But damn, man, like, definitely give it a go. Now, another one that I listen to and I don't actually own. I own digitally. I don't own as in a physical disc, which I will one day, because I like to have I like physical media. Is Rammstein's Zeist. That, like, it's Rammstein. You know what you're gonna get, but you're gonna get something good. It's technical, it's heavy, the voice, you know, the German accent just pushes through, and you're just like, holy shit, like, you know, Till Lindemann could break freaking houses with his voice. just to point out that like he could, a boulder could come in his way. He's like Stein, and it's just yes. Really love Zeist. Really enjoyed it. Very technical from obviously what you'd expect. Very heavy, very different, but not at the same time. It's literally good. It feels like that, like COVID before. COVID really helped bring these bands together and kind of evolve and just really point down what they are. Whether or not it's better than the last album from 2019, I'm not too sure. I did enjoy that one too, but look, give it a go. Just go and give the new Rammstein album a go. Zeist is great. The only thing I don't like about it is it's like $50 in Australia for just a CD. No, a vinyl, that makes sense. I will pay that much for a vinyl, but I will not pay that much at all for a CD. That's just, yeah, sorry Rammstein, I love you, but until I can find it secondhand, because I got their last album secondhand, that was like $40 in it for it, and I got it for $10 because it was secondhand, and it was perfect. Everything was in there, everything. Played on my sound system, perfect sounding. So hopefully the next happens for Zeist, but yeah, great album, very visual. Definitely go watch the if you haven't heard of Rammstein, go look them up on YouTube. They always have some of literally the best music videos ever. 10 out of 10 music videos, and some of their songs are just heavy, just guttural, and just whoa, just blow you away and really make you want to rock and roll. So yeah, next one is another one I don't own yet. Again, heard it on YouTube from For All the Metal, because that's how a lot of new bands have come from, those guys, so check them out, obviously. And I was like, heard it, listened to it about 3 more times, like, I need this. Actually, after the first one, I was like, I need this, but I needed to make sure. And then I went and bought it for $37, because that's how much it costs in Australia to get it, because Spirit World, Death Western, amazing. Spirit World is not a big band, so obviously it's a bit harder to get it, but wow, like, it's just, again, I'm going into my groovy sort of aspect again, but wow, just, I really did enjoy it. Like, that is a good album. I've got it up on the screen because I need to get all the information that I don't remember. But yeah, Death Western, really, really good. Very fast, actually. Like, they're all technical in their own right, but it's just fast, man. And the vocals are really good in between. Like, I can deal with screaming vocals. I can deal with, like, guttural vocals. But I really enjoy a new band where it comes in, the vocals are, like, in between. The vocals for Death Western are very in between, and I love that. It sounds great. The music is great. Good sound system, and it explodes around you. Just highly recommend. Another one that I've also got digital, not physical yet, is Eclipse of the Dual Moons by High Command. Yeah, similar to Death Western, it just blew me away. Again, got it from Furls of Metal, listened to it, and was like, holy shit, this is fast, this is technical. Bit of sludginess, a bit of, like, more so other aspects, because I think they started off as a more, like, crossover thrash, and there's that crossover thrash there, but there's just that, like, you got your main line, there's just that little below line where it's just not full-blown sludgy, because it's not, but it's just like it's just got a little bit, like, just like a little hair of that, and like groove into it that just like twiddles around. So you got like a straight line of what their main theme is, and you got like a little twiddle of like that in the background, and you can just hear it. It's just at the back of your head, and it just flows really well, I think. Highly recommend. Even I even bought their first album, or I think it's second album, Beyond the Wall of Desolation. So I'd check out High Command 100%. Just give those guys a go, because they are really, really good. And I'm clicking everywhere trying to find where I've got like just, well, but yeah, good shit. Now back to the CDs, because yes, I have more CDs. Municipal Waste, Electrified Brain. It's Municipal Waste. You can't go wrong with these guys. I mean, look, Art of Partying is still their best, but I don't think they've ever had a bad album. I definitely like this one more than the last one. Definitely. Still obviously enjoy their albums, but like, look, it's thrash, it's crossover, it's, your head's going to explode, you're going to rock and roll, you're going to headbang, you're going to want to punch something, you're going to want to get drunk and just fucking rock and roll with friends and family. You're going to play this, you play it loud, you play it hard, right? Same old, but it fucking works. It fucking works, mate. My recommendation, put this on, play a violent video game, or if you got an arcade machine, play an arcade machine. I want to show you that I haven't. I built a Mortal Kombat 2 arcade machine. It's one of the one-up ones, but I'm just like, I love it, because now when I listen to video games, like playing violent Mortal Kombat on an arcade machine, and you know, having metal play in the background, it just reminds me of some of the old days when I was a kid and I was playing them, and you know, you'd have someone in the background with their own little boombox, just fucking. It brings me back, man. Look, I'm only 29, but look, I have some, like, it's crazy to think that even at the age of 29, I can have memories like that. and I can relive them now in my own bedroom. Like, I don't know, it's just sick. But like I said, just rock and roll it, jam it, wham it, thank you, ma'am it. Just you guys got to do it. This is a fucking great thrash crossover album. It's gonna blow your mind. If you're a thrash fan, give it a go. If you're a Municipal Waste fan, I don't even need to tell you how good it is. Give it a go. If you're somebody that just hasn't heard of and wants a new band, give it a go. Just yeah, like all these albums, give it a go. All these albums, just give it a go. Just go. All right, next one. This is one of my favorite bands. I've seen them live and I love them. You can tell when I've got like my North stuff, because most of the stuff I have around my neck and stuff is actually from one of the lead singers, Grimfrost. That is Amon Amarth, the Great Heathen Army. Okay. Not the biggest fan of the, like, okay, that looks nice, and in the, like, it's very epic, it's very big, of course, really do like that aspect of it, but compared to their other artist sort of stuff, it's definitely the weakest. I thought, like, you know, Berserker and John's Vikings had better artwork, but this is a return to form. This is absolutely a return to form. Like, wow. It's still technical, it's still melodic, but it's still like, but it's more like grr. You know, if you thought they lost a bit of their grr later on in their career, this brings it back. This is the grr that you wanted back. And even though I like the albums without that punch and stuff, because they did it in a different way, they gave you that punch in a very lot of ways. This brings it back to a more darker, blacker sound. And if you like that Amon Amarth, I definitely do, you'll love it. And they were able to take that darker sound, mix it with the new melodic stuff that they were really good at, and just really mix them together really well. And yeah, definitely one of my favorites. And whatever, you know what, you could say it's one of their best, because there's some good damn fine songs in it. I really like Hide Run, Odin Owns You All. Get in the Ring was just it was just like Mad Max, Vikings Mad Max. Like, who doesn't love that shit? You know, The Serpent's Trail, another great one. Like, Amon Amarth never fails to me. They are like one of the best bands ever. One of the best melodic death metal bands ever. Just give them a go. You like Vikings? Give them a go. You like melodic death metal? Give them a go. You like some crazy ass shit? Give them a go. Loved it. Next up, okay. This one definitely caught me by surprise. I was hoping, since it was like 4, 5, 6 years or so since between the last album, and it was worth the wait. Whether or not it's better than the last album, I don't know. I'm still on the fence. I've heard them back to back, and I love both still, but that is Megadeth, The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead. Like, okay, they, like, Dave Mustaine coming off cancer and so many other bullshit, like, well, you know, giant pandemic, COVID and stuff, like, just to be able to come off of that and create such a, like, fucking good album. Like, this, if you were to talk about their top 3 after 2000s, I would say the system has failed, Dystopia, Endgame, and this would be their top picks. And that's great. Like, this is thrash. This is old school Megadeth thrash with a mix of new. And it sells. It, like, Megadeth is selling and I'm buying. Like, holy shit. This, wow. Still, like, it's just good to see, like, these guys from so long ago come back. And you know what? I'm hoping that after Metallica heard this, they're like, or maybe they heard some demos from 2020, 2021, and they were like, let's go back to the older style, because then, like, Metallica's newest song, very old school, very Kill 'Em All. Who knows? Maybe, just maybe, these two inspired each other to just get back in the game and just come back swinging. And if this is the last Megadeth album, I don't think it will be, but if it was, worth it. Definitely a good goodbye if it was. If it wasn't, hopefully the next one's just as good, if not better. But yeah, give it a go. If you're a Megadeth fan, you've obviously bought it. But even if you're not, give it a go. It is top shit. Next up is Clutch, Sunrise on Slaughter Beach. This is very good. Definitely, it's very more rock and roll, very more like vibing sort of deal. Like, it's not as groovy, I would say, as their last few albums, but it's a good mix of like old and new. I'm not gonna lie, I really liked it. And like some of the songs, like Nosferatu Madre and Mercy Brown, sort of have this like clean vocal, female vocal in the background that just amplifies the singing, you know, just beyond recognition. And just, damn, man, like, the only downside I have with this album at all is that it ends. Like, it's 32 minutes, 33 minutes. I wish it was longer. I really do. But hey, short and sweet, That's what this is. It's a short and sweet clutch album, just like some of the other guys on here. They've never made a bad album. This is great, one of my favorites of the year, and I rock and roll to this many a times. I just sometimes when I go to work, I'm just like, "How you going? How you going?" And I've got fucking Clutch, Slaughter Beach in the background. Worth it. All right, now next up is, and this is a really good one. I got this one in vinyl because, of course, I did. Devin Townsend's Lightwork and was it Lightwork and Darkwork? Lightwork and Nightwork, yeah. Lightwork and Nightwork, that was it. I have listened to these guys. I mean, Devin Townsend is one of my favorite artists. He is absolutely amazing. He has, again, never made a bad album, I think, and he does everything. If you like a genre, there's a high chance he has delved in it and made a good album or a good song at least out of it. And this is another one. I like Nightwork better. It's a mix of his older stuff, more faster, more thrashy, more more grrr, more heavy-devy, I guess you could say. But Lightwork is what you put on if you're having a bad day and you need to relax. And it softens, it glows, it makes you feel good, and it makes you feel wibbly-wobbly. And of course, if you're on other things too. But Lightwork is great if you've had a bad day. But Nightwork, wow. Look, I know I say wow a lot, but damn, like I said, these are the albums that fucking are the best of 2022, and damn, man, oh wow, like Nightwork just has some of his best work, I reckon. Like, oh man, like I don't think there's a song on that I hate. The ending, I think there's like last 3 songs just really dwell together, and you just like, they're just so out there, and they're so Devin Townsend. I can't describe it because you need to go and buy it. You need to listen to it. Like, I cannot describe it because Devin Townsend is hard to describe unless you listen to him. That's just a clear-cut matter of the fact, man. If you're a Devin fan, like, you need that. But definitely give that a go. Like, he's just great. Really hoping that he does a Zil-23 though. I love 1, love 2. Please give us a Zil-23 and I'll be very happy. But hey, we'll see. He's the artist here. Next up is definitely one of my favorite thrash albums of the year. Creators Hater über Alles, or Allies. I'm not really good at saying it, especially it's like German. But yeah, look, Creator is one of my favorite thrash bands as well. I don't think they've really had a bad album. Yes, the 90s could have been a bit but I still love them. That's great. It's fantastic. Don't know if it's better than Gods of Violence because I like the more, I guess, technical, bit melodic, thrashy stuff that they did. This one is definitely more blackened, darkened, and, well, similar to Amon Amarth, the old school stuff, which is fine. Perfect. I've listened to it. I love it. Like, if you're going to get it, definitely get it on vinyl. I got the pack came with vinyl and CD, and blows me away still. Great thrash album. Definitely one of the best of the year. And just, yeah, look, if you like old school Creator, pick it up. You will love it. Old school Creator is definitely chef's kiss. And they bring it back, man. Like, a lot of old bands after COVID have brought back an older style that I think really values their creativity. This is one of them. There's not much else to say. Like, the artwork is beautiful. Definitely one of the best artworks I've seen on a Creator album. The music is great. If you were a fan of, say, Phantom Antichrist and Gods of Violence, it is a different shift. It's not a big, crazy shift, but it's definitely a shift where you sound something different. But if you're into old school Creator 1980s, it's a more mix of that and the newer stuff. So, like I said, if you like that shit, give it a go. I highly recommend, of course. Next up is, I'm going to say it again, but this is one of their best albums. And I'm not meaning, I'm meaning in total. Like, not compared to, the last 1 or 2, but I mean in total. And that's Machine Head's Of Kingdom and Crown. Like, okay, I know I haven't said that, these are all my tops and there's not 1 or 2 or 2, This is one of my tops. This is up there with The Blackening, Burn My Eyes, This is one of their best albums. And it's a concept album. I did a video on it. It's a fantastic concept album with a fantastic story, and the songs, the writing, and yes, of course, I think it's more elevated because Catharsis wasn't very good. Even for me, a guy that loves a lot of music, Catharsis wasn't very good. It had some good tunes, had some good songs, but overall, it was very clunky. This just completely kicks it in the dick and rips it off and shoves it up its ass. This is fantastic. If you're a Machine Head and Head fan and you fell off, get back on this one. If you're a fan of thrash, get back on this one. If you like concept albums, get back on this one. This will blow your mind. It is so damn good, and I want more concept albums, and I hope they do. I would like them to go to a more older style. Like, there is aspects of that, but after listening to the whole discography, then listening to this, while I agree this is obviously in their top 2, I just wish they had a bit... I'd like them to go back to the older style, like the 90s, or 90s, early 2000s. That'd be really cool. But for what it is, damn, man, damn. Highly recommend. Okay, I was going through a breakup when I had this, and it was a very bad breakup because it never should have happened. But I remember Slaughter the Mortar, just like the start bit, like that just envelops, and it continues with the story, but even as a human being and the emotions you have when you have loss or it's coming, it just invokes so much that it just, oh man, like, Slaughter the Mortar, that's a song that got me through a lot, like, holy shit, like, and that's really why I love it so much. Like, it came at a part of my life this year, actually, where it helped me get through a lot of bullshit, and it still does, so, yeah, like, fuck. Shinhead, man. Fucking love you guys. Last one. And I know there's probably more that I could have gone. Like I said, this year, a lot of newer albums I didn't jump right into. I've been listening to a lot of older stuff, so there's that as well. But the number one, not number one, well, number 9 is Ozzy Osbourne's Patient number 9. What can I say? This is Ozzy Osbourne, and it's one of his best. It's him at his best. Now, I loved Ordinary Man. I thought to myself, if this was his last album, this is a fantastic send-off, and it is. I still think that. But this came out swinging, and this is still great. I mean, it's got Zakk Wylde, it's got Jeff Beck on it, which really good, by the way. Eric Clapton, Tony Iommi, like, man, it's got so many legends on it that just, like, it just works and it flows. I am hoping that the Lord of Darkness can make one more album. But like I said, if he doesn't, this one and the last one are the best. That one, so Ordinary Man in a more emotional state, I think it's a really good goodbye to Ozzy Osbourne and him as a person, I guess, if you want to go that far. This is great because it's very old school and very similar to his more singular stuff. Like, it feels like something from, No More Tears and stuff. It's a great continuation of that style. And obviously with all the badass bastards on this as well, like, you can't go wrong. Who knows? Hoping he can do one more solo. I'd love one more Black Sabbath, but look, Ozzy's getting old. He's got Parkinson's. Like, he isn't going to be us for longer, but the man has had and is a staple of many generations and many metalheads. And if, again, like Ordinary Man, if this is his last album, this is a good way to go. 100%. 100%. Like, it just, everything flows. Like, everything flows. Definitely one of his tops. But yeah, that is it. That is my top CDs of the year. Probably would have been a bit more if I really delved into a lot of more obscure bands that kind of came out or didn't. Like, I know there was a lot of good ones that I really wanted to grab. Like, Exhumed had a new album this year. I am starting to get into them, so I kind of wish I could have jumped onto that bandwagon, but it's also kind of hard to find, so I'll probably buy it, but I doubt I'll, obviously be able to review it for this year, but I'll talk about it at least. But yeah, honestly, good year for metal. Good year for songs, good year for music. Honestly, great. Absolutely loved it. I guess on a side note, I was hearing a lot of Rin Weaver lately. My ex got me into that, and I like her. I like the Rin Weaver as a singer, and just to point out that I don't always listen to metal, obviously, since I listen to like Heilung and stuff, but I just wanted to put that out there that someone like Rin Weaver is really good. I don't know if she had a new album this year, but that's an artist that I actually like. She has great, clean vocals, and yeah. I just got to put it in there that I listen to a bit of everything, yeah. But that is Aussie Viking out. I shall see you all in Valhalla. Bye.